Hello and welcome to, this is not going to be 40k on a budget, and I apologise for the lack of videos lately. I've been very busy, and I wanted to do a video that took a little bit more research as well, and add a little bit of lore into it when it comes to building an army, because I am a big fan of narrative builds and making an army have a story behind it, whether it's making an anti-chaos crusade force, which is what I'm running on one side, which includes Grey Knights, Custodes, Knights, Dark Angels, Imperial Guard, and Eldar, because anti-chaos, and having a bit of lore and models that actually tie into this, such as Ethereal Stern having her lovely Eldar sidekick. And I also like to make a counter army to this, and so I was going to do a start collecting chaos, and in particular Chaos Space Marines. Now, this is when looking through the pieces of each box and looking at what comes in the start collecting boxes, etc. I came up to a problem, because one of my favourite Chaos Space Marine armies is World Eaters. And if you are doing Khorne, you can't. Start collecting box is not really a start collecting, because you're missing one of the most important parts you need for an army. You cannot use the HQ choice, which is the Master of Possessions. It is a Psyker. Now, with 9th edition on the horizon, and of course you had the announcements of new codexes, and one of them being the Death Guard, I noticed something. The Death Guard codex isn't a supplement codex like the Blood Angel codex will be, which means it's a standalone codex. And it makes me think that I don't think World Eaters are going to get one, which is a shame, to be honest with you. I'd like to see it, but I can't see it happening. So, while doing this, I was thinking, how would you start a World Eater army? And it's not a cheap army to do. You can get the Berserker box set, which contains 12 miniatures, and you can kind of, no, but not really, kit bash one of them into being a Lord, but all the pieces in that box are pretty much the same. You get 3 sprues of this, 6 sprues, and 2 are triplicated. So creating a Chaos Lord isn't the easiest thing to do. And if you were to do a World Eaters army and you get the start collecting box, you would have to buy a separate HQ choice. I would get the Aspiring Champion, because I think he looks really cool and he looks nice and cornate. But you still have a model left over which is unavailable to you. Now, again, with 9th edition coming out, and we've seen a lot about narrative play, this would be a good way to introduce Psykers into a Khorne army. Now, I know what you're thinking, Psykers aren't, Khorne hates Psykers and you can't use them. This is a bit of a fallacy. There are examples within the lore itself which actually has Khornate Psykers. Most prominent is the Gore Mages from the Blood Pack, a almost Imperial Guard-like cultist army. They are very tactful, very regimented, and they work like the Imperial Guard do, and they are led by Gore Mages. And Gore Mages use psychic powers, usually to get demons into the real world, into reality, but they can also use other chaos powers as well, and they worship Khorne. And of course you had the Blood Ravens librarian, who went and dedicated himself to Khorne. So that's 2 prime examples of Psykers being used in Khorne. And I would love to see Gore Mages used and made into the 40k rule set, especially for people who collect World Eaters. Now, again, with the Massive Possessions, I would say, you can kit bash them, like most start collecting boxes can. And this comes with the second problem. The sprues in the start collecting Chaos Space Marines are the same sprues that were in the Shadow Spear box set, which means they are basically the models you have to build. You can kit bash them, but they are pretty much easy fit models, which can make it quite difficult. I did manage to kit bash one to make him a champion, but again, being those sort of models, they do have they are tougher to kit bash. They look good, don't get me wrong, I like the look of them, but it's quite hard for a World Eater army to do. And this is why I think I would like to see more lore put into the 40k game. Things that are a little bit more abstract, things that aren't technically always there, but are there at the same time. So, and this, like I said, but this also brings up so many other things you can use for other armies. Like using Fallen in an Imperial Guard army, having Cypher who can be used, but it has to have the Imperium keyword, and therefore you lose. I believe you lose it in the Imperial Guard, but you don't lose it in Chaos because it is in the Chaos Codex. And having people to build traitor Marines or loyal Chaos Space Marines. Okay, this is a bit odd because, again, going back to the lore, if you read things like the Night Lord's Omnibus, and you read certain things about Abaddon, you find that they're not really with Chaos. They want to make the Imperium as it was meant to be. And the Night Lords say, we built it, it's our right to destroy it. And that's their goal, is to destroy it and build it up from ash. And I would like to see more things like that happening. And like Heretic as Imperial Guard would be great to add to it. Being able to get the Imperial Guard starting box set and rebuild that and make it heretical. Adding the same with the Adeptus Mechanicus. Obviously there'll be ones that are absolutely cannot be one way or the other, have to be one way or the other, such as the Death Guard, the Thousand Suns, Berserkers and Slanesh Noise Marines, as well as the Adeptus Custodes. They are, and Grey Knights and the Death Watch, they are definitely one way or the other. And I mean, I know people are saying, what about Sisters of Battle? But Sisters of Battle can be corrupted too, and to see corrupted Sisters of Battle on a battlefield with their own rule set, worshipping different gods, would be pretty cool to see as well. To see, the most faithful fall from the Emperor's grace. So, like I said, if you want to start collecting a World Eater army, I think it would be cool, because I reckon I do like the idea of Khorne, and I like the fact that you can use Raptors and Possessed. You can make a very nice close combat army, especially with things like Bolter Drill and everything else that comes with them. And Khan's a nice model, but the Star Collecting box does kind of leave it out. I mean, it's kind of a shame that they didn't put in like a Terminator Captain or a Terminator box like they did in the original one, but they put the Master of Possession instead, and I think that was a bit of a shame and a bit of a missed opportunity upon UW's case, because it leaves out an entire army or sub-faction of the Chaos Space Marines, that being World Eaters. I mean, you can still use them in Slanesh. I know that they don't have the weapons, but like I said, it's not impossible to kit bash them, and a lot of the arms can be swapped out for the Slaneshi upgrade kit if you wish. But it's, like I said, it's just a shame that Khorne got a bit shafted on this one. Anyway, I might continue this as well as a sub-series as well about problems collecting certain armies. Anyway, what do you think? Like, subscribe, click on that notification bell below, leave a comment on what armies you like, and I will be doing some things on Imperial Guard regiments soon, such as Valhalla, which has been asked for, Meridian Iron Guard, and maybe some Age of Sigmar 2. Anyway, thank you for watching. I've been Chapter Master Raziel, and I wish you all good luck and have a great day.